No connection on the last play, and out third down. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Able to find Ertz. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. First and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
To the line we go. They're set, first and 10. First run of the game for J.K. Dobbins. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
On second down, Robinson. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. He gets 6 on that play. And the Commanders will have a first.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next third down coming.
They'll run the draw with Robinson. And he's got a nice run. That reaches the 26. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's second and 1.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
To his back, J.K. Dobbins. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. That one ends up a gain of 6. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Oh, not like this. An interception ends that drive. And the Cardinals will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Well, they were thinking at least a field goal on the drive if they couldn't reach the end zone, right? But the interception keeps them from even getting 3 out of this possession.
You really hope at the end of this game you don't look back and go, shoulda, woulda, coulda. If we could have gotten some points out of that drive early, we wouldn't be in the situation we are in now.
And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have second and 2 next.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down.
You know, coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a third down on this possession. Or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
Ritter. Hits him on the out route. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
They'll run it here. It's James Conner. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Pickup of 2 here. And that's a Cardinals first down.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. incomplete left side. That one intended for Trey McBride. And now it's second down.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
They give on second to Benson. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Brought down by the future Hall of Famer, Bobby Wagner.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
To the air, third and long. Tried to float that one in, and defender's there for the interception. Picked off, that's Bobby Wagner. And the Commanders are going to have it after his second interception of the season. Not the auspicious debut they'd certainly hoped for on that opening drive. The coverage, impressive, taking their first possession away with that interception.
Hey, it is tough to play a clean game in this league. Caliber defenders are awesome. You just hope that eventual missteps happen at a less meaningful moment than your opening series. You don't want to make it any harder to get your rhythm and get your passing game going. Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Garrett Williams. And the Cardinals will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
I know he started to play as a defender, but gosh, he looked good, didn't he? Running it back, he looked like a receiver navigating on that return. The way he saw the field, evaded obstacles, and he chewed up yardage in the open space. It would make those offensive coaches and teammates proud. We've seen defensive players get touches on occasion. I don't think he just gave himself maybe a look on that side of the ball down the road.
Looks like we'll have a pause here. An injured Cardinal out there and in some pretty obvious pain after that play. Second down now, 7 to go. From the 17. Touchdown, Arizona. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
On is Chad Ryland for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Cardinals will jump out to a 7-0 lead. All set now for the kickoff. Ryland with the honors. Return starts at the 3. Big lick from the coverage team there. That's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Caught by Deebo Samuel. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Daniels on 1st down. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Jalen Thompson makes the play. And the Cardinals take over as he records his 10th career INT.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. really on both sides of the ball. Right? You watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick six, yeah, it stinks for the offense. But that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. Back and ready now for the 2nd quarter. It's Cardinals football. They still have 10 to go here. It's 2nd down. Here's Ritter. Gets everything he has under this throw. This is intercepted. Marshawn Lattimore. And the Commanders get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
Oh, coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to giving up the turnover, but how about the effort on the other side to track him down and stop a potential pick six? I think everybody deserves a little credit on the field for that effort.
A give right side to Dobbins. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Again, they'll run with Dobbins. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Ertz reels it in. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. On 1st down, here's Daniels. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
It's enough for a 1st down. Nice find by the rookie quarterback from LSU.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Going right side, Robinson with it. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
Daniels from the pistol. Escapes the pocket. Ooh, look at this, here he goes.
Well, you don't get the 1st down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right, they win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Daniels. Touchdown, Washington. So he looks to and finds the big fella, and his tight end takes it in for 6.
Such a reliable weapon down in the red zone. You know, kind of reminds me like a point guard making an entry pass to that post player. When you trust your big people around you, and when a quarterback trusts his tight end like that, it makes a difference.
Extra point converted by Gay. And the Commanders tie this game 7-7. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Johnson with a return here. And this drive will start inside the 25. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Hand off to Benson to start the drive. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run in crossing that 1st down marker.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Rolling left, buying some time. Pressure's there, and the Commanders got him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Pretty even match in this 1st half, and just kind of waiting. Right? You just kind of try to get a feel for which defense is going to come to life. And when you get that sack, that can go a long way to infusing some energy on that side of the ball.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Ritter looking to throw. He puts everything behind this one. That's grabbed inside the 30. It's an Arizona touchdown. The Cardinals take a 2nd quarter lead. Marvin Harrison Jr. with the touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. You got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up. You can find payday.
All set now for the kickoff. Ryland with the honors. Has this at the 6. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Daniels. That's complete. Here's Austin Eckler. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. On 1st down, here's Eckler. Crosses the 35, still got more room. And he has this all the way down to the 29-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. And the Commanders will have a 1st. Here's Daniels. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. That brings us to the 2-minute warning at Glendale. The Commanders facing a deficit near the break. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Put on the Gerarda Eckler. Juke the defender. And what a hit there. Ouch, she pays the price for moving the chains that time.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
Completed to his running back. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And third and short, and you're back.
And he's in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders earn the chance to tie before halftime. It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with it.
Rush coming off the edge, and they block it!
You just never know what could be the play at the end of the game that we look back on and say, you know what? That was the play that decided it all. It seems small now. It's just a little old point, right? But if this one stays close to the end, keep an eye on that block because that single point could loom very, very large.
So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Throwing here, Ritter. He's got Harrison. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. The Cardinals decided to use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 39. He's got him. That's McBride.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun here. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Ritter to throw. On the move, headed right. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. Arizona goes ahead and calls its 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. They've got 1st down from the 31. Still sticking with the passing game. To the ground it goes. That's incomplete. Just couldn't get it to Marvin Harrison Jr. there. So that brings up 2nd down.
Boy, offenses that connect in this intermediate zone are so effective. Getting the completion in that area, and not just sparks your offense, but it just turns that aggressive meter way up. They just couldn't quite find the connection.
And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Throw on 3rd down. He sends this one to the end zone. And this won't be caught. Clock is going to stop. We've got 14 seconds to go.
Yeah, that's one that's going to haunt him. There's just no question about it. A drop touchdown in the end zone. Now comes the mental toughness part of it. You got to flush that play quickly so you can make an impact later.
Badgley able to knock it through. And that'll push their lead to 4.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Chooses to bring this one out. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on first down. Looking to throw. And this ball's incomplete with just 2 seconds remaining. Was hoping to get that one to Keenan Allen. So it'll be second down. One last play before the break. And he stopped on a nice gain on what is the final play of this first half. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Huard with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. It's Benson on the give. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kate, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss. You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game, the type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Here he is on 3rd and long. That's caught for the first. And he'll be touchdown after a big play.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
Back to throw now, it's Ritter. Snared by the running back. Here's Trey Benson. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
2nd and 3 now. Now a give, it's Benson headed right. The flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Now Ritter. Buys time, rolling right. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down. First time this game they've looked to him. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
3rd and long for him here. Complete beyond the marker. And they can't jump to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Excellent pickup to move the chains. 36 yards in the end. What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has it well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals grow the lead coming out of halftime. It's a James Conner touchdown. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now,
pressure off left, and it's blocked! Ooh, and I think he envisioned this one going all the way back for 2, but they're able to track him down and limit the damage to just that blocked kick. After seeing his point after blocks, he's got to stay out there and kick it off. And it flies over the end zone and out of play. In the past, it's a touchback to the 25. The new rule starting this season, Brock, so it's now going to be at the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Daniels. And they pick him off again! And the Cardinals get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Ritter. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the Commanders pick this one up. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
Well, you can just see the QB scanning, can't you? He's moving, he's looking downfield, but everything covered up on the back end. That 2nd and 3rd level defenders did their job, and what did it do? Well, free that pass rush up to strip the ball away from the QB. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains. One play in, and already they're close to midfield. Shotgun handoff now to Eckler. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Brought to the ground by Kaiser White. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Throwing now, Daniels. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. 16 yards on the play. And that'll be good for a Washington 1st. They're set up at the 35 now. They kick the running back in motion. Daniels on 1st down. He completes it in traffic. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
He's got it near the 8. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. Looks like they're going to happily turn this one down and let the play stand. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. From the red zone now. And they will score. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. It's a Keenan Allen touchdown. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
That one splits the uprights. And the Commanders cut it to a field goal game. Well, good news here. This is one kick that can't be blocked as he sends this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Ritter setting up to throw. Hits his running back. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. That pass is complete to McBride. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down. The give now to Benson. And he's stopped after getting this down inside the 35, looks like to the 33. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now. Shotgun handoff to Connor. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Brought down by the future Hall of Famer, Bobby Wagner. Call it no gain, maybe one at best on that play. That leaves him with 3rd and 2. Ritter looking to throw. He has the first over the middle. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down. Connor here from the gun. And he's brought down after a solid gain on what's going to be the final. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 16. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete.
Well, the QB right there, he put it pretty close to the sidelines to begin with. And the defender, well, that was a nice job. Just simply put a hand out there and let me just encourage the ball to fall incomplete.
Third down from the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And they're going to grow their lead late, but still a one-score ball game.
So after that make, a field goal won't cost them a lead, but a touchdown still ties it, or likely probably puts them down a point. Okay, this is one of those moments where the defense now has clarity. They know what the stakes are and what they have to defend.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Daniels. Able to find Ertz. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
On 2nd down, here's Dobbins. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Nothing gained or lost on that run, and now it's 3rd and 3.
You want to see the term read and react to the little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
3rd and short, Daniels. That's McLaurin on the quick slant. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Into the hands of Samuel, complete. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. It's a gain of 12 there. And the Commanders will have a first.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
They motion the slot man right. Shotgun handoff for Dobbins. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the gun, it's Daniels. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows in the throwing lanes aren't there long. And it only takes a little bit for a throw to be off.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Here's Daniels. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Cardinals get the football as he makes his third interception of this season.
This is a lonely place. And I don't know how many walk in the planet have thrown 5 picks, but I'll raise my hand. I did it in an Apple Cup. And it is a lonely, humbling feeling. Everything that could go wrong, well, it's gone wrong for this quarterback today. And I hope that's the last time we see him throw a pass in this one.
And he drives ahead for good yardage up to the 45. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have second down and 3.
That's what I call a rhythm starter right there. Man, offenses love execution plays like that on first down, Kate, because now that playbook is wide open. All options on the table for second down.
Throw right side, and McBride has it. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him. This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back, because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Here's 2nd and 11. He put everything he had into this one. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
He's on the move. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. All set up for an insurance score here. It's 1st and goal. They'll run here. It's Benson. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Only a yard that time. A defensive stand brewing here, and it brings up 3rd and goal. It's the 2-minute warning from Glendale. Cardinals leading by 6. They've held him out twice. Here we go. 3rd and goal. He's back to throw. Able to get it to Benson. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face, because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
Badgley able to knock it through. And that'll make it a 2-score game.
Best kickers I've been around here over the last few decades, they relish these moments. They know the hard work all their buddies on offense and defense have done. And when they can make it a 2-score game and be clutch when it matters, these are the moments they live for.
From his own end zone, here we go.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Another try following the sack. That's taken in by Samuel. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. Shotgun snap to Daniels. He'll get this to Samuel. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Throwing from the gun. And this one falls incomplete. Still 17 seconds left to play.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
That is incomplete. Down to 13 seconds left.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive down the field. Those windows and throwing lanes, Kate, they're not open very long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be thrown off.
This is hauled in by McLaurin. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that'll be good for a Washington 1st. They're set up at the 35 now. Daniels on 1st down. Need this to force overtime. And that one hits the ground incomplete. A single second left now on the clock.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
So the Cardinals